on this screen, which is also the same on the stereo. Which I apologize for the reflection on the stereo. That's another complaint I have. If you have, like, I have a cooler that I put in my passenger seat. It has a white top. The glare off of it makes it so I can't read the display some of the time. Like half of it or something. It's pretty bad. But you can actually look at it. You have your engine, and it shows the engine coming into your electric motor, so it drives it. And you can charge the battery, or you can just be, well, anytime that it's just running the electric engine, you charge your battery. If you are braking or cruising, it charges the battery. So if you're going downhill, the engine doesn't even drive the tires anymore. It's pure momentum at that point, unless it has to, and you charge the battery. Or then you can be running from the battery. Now, if you start off, or acceleration, or climbing a hill, extra load put on the vehicle, it will actually be running the engine, but it will also kick on your electric motor to help you get that little extra oomph in there. Because, I mean, we understand that there's more load at acceleration, so it's helping to lighten the load so you can get some better mileage, which I think is pretty neat. Now, with the display, since we're here, I might as well get into this. The biggest problem I have with the display, the design of this car, is your temperature wheel. I understand that, yeah, not everybody's going to have this little temperature thing right here, so you can adjust it on the steering wheel. But seriously, that knob is way too huge. Let me see if I can give you a point of reference here. Here's my iPod. Here is the ball for the temperature. Seriously. It is huge. And that's the whole reason for this curve, as far as I can see, is because this ball is so huge. You could have just given me like a stereo size one. Yeah, I would have had to crank it more, but seriously, it would have worked. What else do we have here? Let me turn off those. Front and rear defroster. Let's go over to audio. Audio source is off. Let me turn it down. Now, the neat thing, and this is the thing that really had to sell me about this car, since I drive around all day, I have an iPod. A lot of people have iPods. From what I understand, the old iPod connection sucked on this. Well, not on this, but on old Priuses. So I went ahead and, in my truck, I put in a Pioneer that actually had an iPod connection to it, which was pretty nice. Honestly, you could navigate the iPod with it. This one right now, it's on there. It's telling me what I'm playing off of my iPod. If I go to Browse, I can go ahead and go to my playlist, my artists, my albums, my songs, and I can actually navigate my iPod as if I was actually navigating it, which is phenomenal. And it also charges the iPod. It keeps it charged. None of this, you have to plug it in over here, transmit over there, have to have an auxiliary port, which there is an auxiliary port. You don't need it. It actually just connects and interfaces with it as if it was like iTunes or something like that, which was a huge feature that I could not find a video on, and was a real big deal for me. And that's actually why I went to go see the car when it first came out, not intending to buy it, because I wanted to see how bad it sucked. And I'll give you straight up, my answer is, before I do my driving video, it's a car, honestly. It's got a 1.5 liter engine, continuous variable transmission. Yeah, if you stomp on it, it sucks. I'll be realistic with you. But you didn't buy a Mustang or, a Camaro. You bought a Prius. But it's a real car, Prius. And it drives like a real car. Last night was the first time I let my wife drive it, just because, we were out. And I asked her what she thought about it, and she was like, well, it's a real car. And that's the way I look at it. It don't suck to drive this car. How about that? But, it works out pretty well. It's got a great interface. It has apps on it, so you can go ahead and, if you have Pandora on your phone, it'll hook up to it, and you can play it, and I'll tell you, it kind of sucks. It really does. Not because it stutters and stops and all that, because I really didn't play it that long. Just, the sound quality's not there. It has Bing, stock, sports, whatever. Evidently, after like 3 years, your package runs out, and then you have to pay for those accessories, except for Pandora and the map. I have no intention of renewing those. Actually, I have no intention of using Pandora at all. Traffic, fuel prices, whatever. Maps. Yeah, it gives you this crap about don't read or play with it while you're driving. The maps are pretty good. It came defaulted as 3D. In the truck I had it 2-dimensional. I just prefer 2-dimensional. That's just how I like it. It's pretty neat. I'll give you a little demonstration on how the navigation works. We'll come over here and we'll press this little speak button. And it clicks on, you go, destination, 300 North Navy Boulevard, Pensacola, Florida.
Florida.
Alright, it's processing it. And I'll let you know the first time I actually tried to use this, for whatever reason.
380 North Navy Boulevard, Pensacola.
That'll work. The volume on this was cranked full
Now, do you want
load.
to start route guidance?
Yeah, it's asking if I want to start. Yes.
Starting route guidance.
And then I'll take you on your trip. And evidently, your music will continue playing perfectly fine. And I haven't really tested it out. I've only traveled one place, which I knew where it was anyway, so I didn't really care. But the volume was cranked up so loud that I actually had to turn it down, and I just turned it off because I knew where I was going, and it pissed me off. Plus, it was raining outside, so I didn't want to be too distracted. But yeah, that's how that works. And if you want to cancel it, you go to Options and Stop Guidance. And now it's gone. And you can come back over to Audio, and under Audio, if you go to just regular audio, you've got AM, FM, satellite radio, disc if you want, iPod, Bluetooth. It's actually connected to my telephone, and I didn't realize this. I was screwing around, and it actually ended up playing some of the music that's on my phone. And it really didn't sound all that bad. It sounded a lot better than Pandora did. And I don't know if that's just because of the way it was. Let's see what else we got on here. Yeah, and it's just regular music. Let me go ahead and stop it. The volume on this, I have no idea how high it goes. I listen to a lot of music. I can only take it up to 30, and I mean 30 is as loud as I can go without it being just stupid loud, okay? So it does have a nice system in it, and I do appreciate that.